Let's see. Okay, over just so you can see, that's everybody on that wall. As you can see, I use no aquariums. The only iffy sort of containers that are in here are for the neonates and juveniles, and those are Tupperware. Everybody else is in a regulation cage from whence they have much more difficult time to escape. Oops. And there's a chubby little wild-caught sand viper. He's one that's been eating on a regular basis, and he's put on a few pounds since he arrived. No question about it. And here's a rare appearance by one of the Egyptian saw scales. I've just taken to putting a water bowl in there for them. They normally will drink off the walls if I spray it, but I decided to get lazy. Oh, and look at her. She's inquisitive, wondering if this visit is going to bring food or not. Say hi to Spot. Here's the room temperature and humidity, and also I have different remote sensors in several cages, so we can check 83 degrees, 41% humidity. I bet that's the Israeli saw scales. Sensor number 3. Yep, that's what it is on the dry side for them. This is the medicine cabinet where we keep all sorts of interesting trinkets. We have an observation mirror that we can use to look for snakes in unusual places, so we don't enter a cage until we're sure where people are, where things are. We have sexing probes, various other things, pinky pump, all sorts of syringes and feeding needles and clamps and forceps. Above here you can see a couple of hooks on this side, a rather lengthy pair of forceps, which are really good for feeding because you don't have to cinch your hands up so close like you would for a normal pair of forceps. Some water to fill water bowls. There's a sprayer for spraying water into larger cages that need a larger amount of water. Also, I use it for filling water dishes in the big snake cages because I can fill it without removing it or exposing my hands to pointy things. A couple other important things there on the cupboard is the Antivenin Index. Tells me what's the appropriate antivenin to use for a particular species of snake, and it tells me where the largest, where all of it resides around the country. Different zoos and other institutions that might have them. Also, there's my care sheets for each snake. Over on this side we have whole bunches of baby echis in these cages. Some ate, some didn't, but they're quite sizable now. Another death adder. Here we have a puff adder. This is the male Cape puff adder, and his friend the Indian cobra is in there. He's in shed and not very friendly. Here's the Somali puff adder. She is getting huge and going to be another problem of my life. Here we have the female Cape puff adder, who's like 3 times or 4 times the size of her brother. You notice everybody's cage has has a name and how many are in there for census purposes, and I have a friend who comes over, so it's always nice if he knows what's going on. Here's Mama Squamager. She's up here basking in the 85-degree temperature during the day. She's as big as the Goodyear blimp, and hopefully very soon will drop me some little slithering things to play with. And here we have our ever nasty Cryptoliotrops purple maculatus. This is my little baby that I grew from a neonate. She is as foul as the day is long. However, right now she's wrapped around the stick and can't really get over here and cause us too much trouble, but she's thinking about it nonetheless. Oh, and over here we have, ooh, you see an open mouth. Here we have Mama basking Atheris ceratophora sitting up there, and the other female, who's non-gravid, is a little bit below, catching some nice rays. All the tropical snakes are hooked up to this spraying system, which you can see runs all over the place from this nice little pump and a reservoir. It's a Pro Mister. Those folks are very friendly, very easy to work with, and they have some good quality stuff. This is the air conditioner for when it gets too hot in here. It cools things down. It's set to 75, but actually gets the room to about 73, 72. This is an all-important thing that I learned earlier this summer that I needed to have. This is an emergency light. If I lose power, it turns on all by itself. So when I'm holding nasty little things by the head and the lights go out, I don't have to find my way in total darkness to the door where my flashlight is. The lights will come on all by themselves. As you see, I have a Gentle Giant. Very seldom does it get used on a snake. Mambas and brown snakes and stuff from Australia, yes, perhaps, but certainly not the big girls. The only thing it's used for on my big girls is getting water dishes in and out of the cage without exposing my hands to problems. Here's again a very nosy cornuta trying to see what's going on. And once again, very unusual for the Egyptian sawscale to come forward and say hello. They didn't get fed this weekend, which might be why he or she is snooping around. These two are really tough to tell who's who. I usually keep my distance from these guys. The antivenins that are available don't seem to work terribly well with this species. I think this is the female. And she goes slithering off into the sunset. Well, I think that's pretty much it. What do you say we call it a day, Mr. Sniffles? You think so, huh? Yeah, okay.